Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of Demi-chan with Kataritai episode 12, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the season finale, or series finale if we don't get a second season, which maybe we will, maybe we don't. I think we don't really... There are some series where you're like, okay, it needs a second season because the first season didn't give us enough of the story or whatever. But this one I feel like it covered the story pretty well. I'm not sure that it could have a second season, but I don't think it really needs one. I think we got good enough story out of the first. So yeah, let's talk about this part by part. First off, we have Hikari visiting Takahashi about her glowing eyes because her eyes show up glowing at nighttime in pictures and stuff, and we find out that it's sort of like nocturnal animals. Then of course there's the stuff where he's like, okay, it's summer, so you have to have eye protection, wear a bunch of sunscreen and stuff, and she's like, how many years do you think I've been a vampire? I know all this stuff. So we have the cute scene with Hikari and her cloak and everything, and she asks to borrow the school pool on Saturday. Then later on, Himari's rage about what is this I hear about Hikari's panties. I love that they have that sort of running joke where Hikari just gives only a little bit of information to Himari and it sets her off on a rage. Then we have Sakie at night thinking about drinking with Takahashi and calling Ugaki, and I just love their relationship so much. Then she's pretty much just going crazy for Takahashi and gets roped in as well to this weekend pool fiasco. So then, of course, it's fan service time. It's the pool episode. Sakie asks Takahashi to stay. Takahashi would be Hikari. Asks him to stay. Hikari, I thought it was funny the way the ball hit her in the face, and Takahashi notices that she's keeping her eye squinted the whole time. Also, I thought it was funny when she was like, you seem to have a resistance to the aphrodisiac effect, and he's just like, yeah, I totally do. Also, them boobs are lethal. It knocked the one dude out of the tree. I was like, just like Lukoa from Maid Dragon, Sakie is a bit sexually dangerous. I thought it was funny too, the way Sakie just throws out a really lame joke, oh, can you not swim well because you're Tetsuo? And then Yuki starts laughing. So he is confirmed to not have feelings for his students, which, of course, good. We could kind of tell he's got more of that, the way I keep thinking of it and saying it is more of a guidance counselor kind of approach to things. But he says, yeah, I view them all as kids. I could never have feelings for any of them. And poor Sakie just keeps trying to drop hints at him again and again, and he ain't picking them up. Machi then, in an interesting note, Machi says that controlling her body from a distance feels a bit like playing a video game. And there was somebody in the comments that had said it's probably sort of like if you've ever used an RC car, it's probably something sort of like that. You're not seeing from its perspective, but you're still able to move it around and stuff. So I like that they went for a similar sort of analogy. And she also guesses that the legends of the Dullahan being a knight and all the blood stuff and not being able to cross a stream likely came from just one famous Dullahan in the past, and he was so famous that all Dullahans since then have kind of sort of had his legend pushed on them as the legend of the Dullahan. Also, I laughed a lot at Takahashi finally getting in the pool, and he's Bada AF. I think that's the name, right? Bada. I'm not much into the yaoi, as you could probably tell. But I thought it was funny in the way who was it? I guess Machi and Sakie were blown back at the way he looked, because of course they joked about his arms earlier in the series. And then just the feels at all of them making friends, especially with the human girls and everything. And then I really loved the way it ended, because we had Takahashi and Hikari meeting again, and I'm really glad it ended with those two characters, since that's where it started. So the scene was funny and had some feels as well, and that's about it. Episode as a whole, I did think it was nice. I thought it was feelsy. It wasn't the funniest episode, wasn't even the feelsiest episode, not like last week. Last week was hitting me hard with the feels, but I loved it. I loved it as an ending. And as a score, I'd give it 9 first times underwater out of 10. So, yeah, very, very quick review for this one. And then, of course, for the last episode of a show, I always like to give a show score. I thought the show had nice animation and music compared to other shows. It was above average, I would say. The character development I thought was really good, and I really liked the comedy as well. There were some really funny episodes in there. So as a score, at first I was thinking 8.5 interviews with Monster Girls out of 10, but I'm going to go 8.8 because the way I usually do it is I'll think of whatever score I think it deserves as a show as a whole, then I'll take the scores from all the episodes, my episode scores, and average them and kind of see what I think it should get and what that is compared to each other. And the average score was 8.8 for the episodes, and I think that kind of works for the show as a whole. I would give it an 8.8 out of 10 as a whole. But either way, that is it. Sadly, no more Demi-chan with Kataritai unless we get a second season, and if we do, I'll cover it since I covered the first season. But yeah, next season, starting on the 1st, I believe, we're going to be covering Attack on Titan Season 2. We're going to be covering Boku no Hero Academia Season 2. I'm not sure which day of the week it airs. I think it's on Fridays is when Clockwork Planet's going to air. So we're going to cover that as well, and we're going to continue on with Little Witch Academia. But either way, just keeping you guys updated since we're ending this season on where we'll be going with next season. If you do have any other suggestions, I'd say throw them out there and I'll watch them and maybe do videos on them as well. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like it. Comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more well, I guess maybe not more Demi-chan with Kataritai. We shall see in the future. And just anime, manga, whatever, and more. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.